Come in soon for the best selection. Visit the Christmas Cottage in the Second Chance.
Happy Friday, television family. Weekend's almost here, 17th day of November, 2023. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Fridays are the five-star shows that we try to promise you here. Five-star quality local television. Fridays only. You know the rule. Monday, I'm here and Uriah is here, and we work on Mondays, but we don't work real hard. And then Tuesdays are kind of like, well, they're like Mondays. Wednesday, we kind of try a little bit. Thursdays, we lean forward, try and get some sort of semblance of quality television together, and then we put it all together for a five-star show, or double your television viewing pleasure back. 27 degrees, kind of same scenario this morning that we had 24 hours ago. As the sun is beginning to rise, you can see the low clouds and fog hanging around the Wenatchee Valley. It will burn off rather rapidly. Today is going to be just like it was yesterday. It is very foggy out in the Columbia Basin. We're going to show you a camera here in just a little bit. If you're going to be heading out in the Moses Lake area, Ritzville, all the way into Spokane, can't see where you're going. That ain't cool. Forecast details are coming up. One more day of sunshine. We're going to start clouding up. Going to see some rain. And we have a pretty good idea of what Thanksgiving will be looking like as far as Mother Nature is concerned. We'll have all of that, plus the news, plus sports. The Wenatchee High School girls volleyball team, their quest for a state championship begins this morning at the Sun Dome in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. The Kraken won. Also preview the weekend in football. And this is the last weekend to go see the Wenatchee High School Choir and Theater Department's production of Anything Goes. Of course, we had a chance to go to the Wenatchee High School Auditorium and visit with Libby and Bowden. They're two of the leads in the show, and the co-director, Don McCormick. And if, in case you missed that interview, we're going to show it to you again. And then get your tickets. Go watch these kids perform their talents on stage. We got a lot of really talented kids around here. Anything Goes. This is the last weekend to check it out. And we're going to plant that seed in the back half of the program, and let's begin our tour with our cameras around the valley. Sunrise this morning, not quite here yet, 7:08. Sunset tonight, 4:23, 9 hours and 15 minutes of daylight. When we get together by this time next week, the day after Thanksgiving, we will be under or just about the 9-hour mark. As the days are getting shorter, you can see the clouds kind of hanging around. They will rapidly burn off once the sun gets the job up. Again, this is just pretty much an exact repeat of what we had on Thursday. We topped off at 44 on Thursday. Our normal high is 43. It was a degree or so warmer, and it was a lot of sunshine. It was a really nice day. Going to do the same thing again today. Not going to see a great deal of sunshine on Saturday. It'll be back on Sunday. Up to Waterville we go. The Waterville camera. Can't really see Waterville. You can see the Columbia River. You can see the backside of the butte that butts up against Lake Chelan. Not quite enough ambient light for that camera to change from black and white to color. It goes to black and white so we can get as much light into the frame as possible. That's what they're designed to do. Where there's enough ambient light, it automatically switches to color. I'll give you an example of that. Here's Lake Wenatchee. See, that's color, and that's spectacular. Isn't that awesome? Whew. Snow on Dirty Face, a little bit of snow up there on Nanapoc Ridge. And, of course, the low clouds and fog happens when there is a significant temperature variation between the temperature of the air and the temperature of the water. That's what happens. They will eventually see that burn off, but it may take some time because those low clouds and fog up the Lake Wenatchee area looks pretty dense to me. And finally, Bill E. Goat. Now, check this out. Look at that bank of clouds right at Brewster and Bridgeport. Now, that has slowly been creeping down the Columbia River throughout the course of the morning. Isn't that just amazing? So you look at Pateros, where the Methow River flows into the Columbia. They got clear skies, but it's only, 10, 12 miles from Pateros to Brewster, and they're under cloud cover. It's kind of an ominous look, but it's still a spectacular view from our Billy Goat camera up in Okanogan County. No fog or clouds here in the Wenatchee Valley, but out in the Columbia Basin, especially the upper Columbia Basin, that's what it looks like. That's a shot from Dotson Road I took about 20 minutes ago, maybe half an hour ago, from the Washington State Department of Transportation. That's about almost exactly halfway between George and Moses Lake. That is pretty dense fog. Very hard to see. Nobody likes to drive in fog. Nobody likes to see where you're going, especially when you're on an interstate highway. You want to go fast, but you can't see where you're going. So it's pretty thick fog, and it's going to take a while to burn off. If you need to head out to the Columbia Basin on I-90 or up on US 2 if you're heading up through Waterville and whatever, yeah, you might want to give it a couple of hours, let the sun burn off the clouds and the fog. It is pretty dense right now out in the Columbia Basin. In fact, they have a dense fog advisory right now at the Moses Lake area and the upper Columbia Basin and the Spokane area. So you're going to get to Dotson Road and that area there that we just showed you. It's going to be pretty thick fog, and then it's going to clear out a little bit in the Moses Lake area, and then it's going to thicken back up again between Moses Lake and Ritzville. I also looked at the Ritzville camera not long ago. It was pretty bad there. So just a heads up, it is going to be quite foggy if you're heading out on I-90 towards the Lilac City from the National Weather Service. If you liked yesterday, you're going to do it again today. Maybe a couple of degrees cooler. High 41, lots of sunshine. 33 for the overnight low. Now we're going to cloud up in the overnight hours while you're sleeping. The clouds are going to roll in. It's not a particularly strong system, but it's going to come. Cloudy all day Saturday, but no rain in the forecast until we get to Saturday night. You see that 50% chance of rain icon on Saturday. That's in the evening hours after the sun goes down. We'll get down to about 35. A little bit of rain on Sunday morning, and then the sun will come out as the system exits, and while it exits on Sunday, it's also going to be rather breezy at times. It's also going to scour out the sky and warm us up a little bit. So sunshine most of the day on Sunday. Now we head into Thanksgiving week. Beautiful day, Monday. Lots of sunshine, looking good at 47. Back and forth, clouds and sun on Tuesday. Now the big day is going to be Wednesday and Wednesday night for travel conditions. Right now, it looks like Stevens Pass on Wednesday and Wednesday night, it's going to get about 2 to 4 inches of snow. They were thinking maybe a more active system, perhaps more moisture. Now they're backing off on that. Snow level is going to be right around pass level, but they're not going to get a lot of snow. Stevens is going to get about 2 to 4 inches of snow Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night for you folks traveling. Very little to any snow at all expected on Snoqualmie or Blewett. But Stevens could get about 2 to 4 inches of snow Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. Nothing anybody can't handle. And finally, Thanksgiving Day. How about partly sunny and a high of 46? I'll take that. That's your weather forecast. We're going to take a break and then we'll do the news. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It's the music that revolutionized the sound of Christmas. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. Celebrating the holiday spirit for over 35 years. Don't miss this holiday extravaganza. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. America's favorite Christmas tradition.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Hi, I'm Eric Grandstrom.
And I'm Brent Rhodes with the NCW Community Toy Drive presented by Les Schwab.
Be sure to join us Saturday, November 25th at Hooked on Toys for our Toy Drive kickoff.
I'll be there broadcasting live on Country 104.7 KKRV starting at 9.
And we'll be live on NCW Live Channel from 10 to 11.
Find out more about the organizations that serve children here in North Central Washington.
Help us kick off the Toy Drive this year to make sure everyone has a Merry Christmas.
See you Saturday at Hooked on Toys.
And Happy Holidays.
Badger Mountain Brewery is your cure for boredom. Jam Night Mondays. Trivia Wednesdays. Live Music Fridays. And Sunday Brunch. There's always something brewing at Badger Mountain, so come join the party.
Few clouds hanging around. There won't be much longer. 27 degrees, lots of sunshine, lower 40s today. Clouding up tonight. Some light rain possible on Saturday night. Sunshine on Sunday, and a pretty quiet Thanksgiving week coming up. Just about 10 minutes after the hour, an alleged assault early yesterday morning resulted in a standoff between the suspect And law enforcement, the East Wenatchee Police Department says that just after 3 a.m., a 32-year-old female attacked a 30-year-old female with the back of a large knife at a house in the 800 block of Garden Place. The statement says the victim was eventually able to flee to a nearby residence. The East Cascade SWAT team was deployed after the suspect refused to exit the residence. Well, after about a 4-hour standoff, the suspect finally surrendered after the East Cascade negotiation unit intervened. She was booked for second-degree assault and burglary. The victim transported to Confluence Health with a possible broken wrist and a broken rib. Police in King County have arrested a suspect in the murder of Nick Vallison. He is the son of the former mayor of Cashmere, George Vallison. 38-year-old Andrew Ralph Bame. He is accused of running over the 53-year-old Vallison with a pickup truck back on September 21st on a rural roadway just outside of Ravensdale. King County Sheriff's Detective says Bame later set fire to the truck to hide the evidence. Bame was among a group of people who Vallison apparently confronted about illegal dumping in the area. Police say witnesses in that group came forward and identified Bame as the suspect. He's being held in the King County Jail on a $4 million bond. Well, it is now Friday morning and still no sign of the missing 21-year-old Wenatchee resident who was last seen on Tuesday, Shahira Harrison. She went missing from her Wenatchee home. She is considered in danger. She is a vulnerable adult with special needs. Wenatchee police say she was last seen by her family Tuesday morning at their home in the 1600 block of Horse Lake Road. Early that afternoon, a neighbor's surveillance camera recorded her getting into a newer white or silver Toyota Highlander. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld says Shahira left her phone behind but is believed to have taken both her passport and her identification. She's 4'11", about 100 to 115 pounds, and if you see her, please call Rivercom. Grand County authorities believe they busted up an illegal cockfighting operation in Royal City. This happened early Wednesday. It started out as a narcotics arrest, and it kind of grew from there. The Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team, or INET, served a warrant on a home. They found about a half a pound of methamphetamine, they say, as well as about 20 roosters that had been altered to perform in animal fights. Also in the home, knives that are commonly attached to roosters' legs before a cockfight. Police arrested 57-year-old Ignacio Gutierrez Martinez on possible charges, including animal fighting and drug possession with intent to sell. Chelan County's Housing Authority is proposing a 55-unit affordable housing apartment in the city of Leavenworth if funding can be found, and the city agrees to lease out a parking lot and some adjacent property. If they do that, the new complex will be built along Highway 2 at the east end of the city, but Leavenworth would have to give up some paid parking that's now being used by downtown visitors. Kevin King is with the Housing Authority of Chelan County and the city of Wenatchee, and he says the project as planned would also feature retail space at street level. No agreement, though, has yet been put in place. It's budget time for local governments. The Grand County PUD commissioners signed off on their budget for next year. It was a unanimous vote. $347.2 million budget. It comes as a 9.5% increase from this year, resulting in a rate increase on the horizon for customers in Grant County. The increased 2024 budget will drive ongoing projects such as completing the fiber build-out for Grant County residents. The amount of the rate increase hasn't been decided yet. The PUD says it will host future discussions and customers will allow to give their feedback before new rates take effect in the spring. And that's the news at 14 minutes after the hour. The news, the NCW Life Evening News, because you have to call it something, will air at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. 5, 6, and 10 on television. If that doesn't work for you, we'll have it for you on the World Wide Web, which is catching on, I might add. Our news will be up and running on our Facebook page, our homepage, ncwlife.com, and on our YouTube page. And if there's a news tip, get a hold of us. We'd love to hear from you. News at ncwlife.com. Sports, the Obscura Holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and one more visit with the cast and the director of Anything Goes. If you haven't seen it yet, you got one more chance this weekend. All coming up in a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese blintz, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Wenatchee!
Where you at?
From the heavens!
Where you at?
Woo!
Where you at?
Where you at? WWE Super Show is where it's at.
Where you at?
Live in Wenatchee, January 7th. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages available now.
17 minutes after the hour, the Wenatchee Panther girls volleyball team sets out this morning to do something they haven't done in 4 decades, take home a state trophy. They went 15-1 during the regular season. They won the Big Nine, they won the district championship, and now they're in Yakima today to begin the state 4A volleyball tournament at the Sundome. 40 years ago, 1983. Let's see, the Colts were still in Indianapolis. The Raiders were still in L.A. I was 19. That's when the Panthers won their only state championship. In fact, 1983 was the last time Wenatchee came home with any trophy at all. First round opponent this morning, Glacier Peak. At 9:45, a win would put Wenatchee into the quarterfinals against the winner of West Valley and Curtis. If they lose, they would play at 3:30 against the loser of West Valley and Curtis. And we will have updates on our Facebook page throughout the course of the day today, so bookmark it and check it out. Wenatchee Wild have a busy weekend ahead. It begins tonight. They finished the second half of a home-and-home series against the Tri-City Americans tonight. They'll be in Kennewick. 7:05 is when they'll drop the puck. On the road in Spokane tomorrow, they'll take on the Chiefs. That'll be at 6:05. Then they return home Sunday. They'll host Prince Albert in a can at 4 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. Of course, you can follow all the action on 560 KPQ with our friend Austin Drade on the call. For tickets for Sunday's game, by the way, again, Sunday at 4 o'clock, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. It took overtime and a shootout, but the Seattle Kraken won a game. Woohoo! They fell behind the Islanders early, then they took the lead, then they lost the lead, and then they took the lead, then it went to a shootout. The final was 4-3. Here are your highlights.
Bumper slot Schwartz. Yamamoto now Beniers. They'll look over the coverage, deal it back for Dunn. Beniers downhill with a shot. He scores! An absolute bullet by Matty Beniers on the power play. And the Kraken have tied it. Wenberg and Bjorkstrand, little give and go. Good play by Ryan Pollock. Dogging the puck. Bjorkstrand out in front. They score! That's hockey, baby! Alex Wenberg has goals in back-to-back games. It's a power play goal again, and the Kraken have a 2-1 lead. A quick up. Barzell has the puck. To the slot. Cizikas scores! Casey Cizikas. Right through the slot. Beautiful pass by Matt Barzell. 5:35 left to go in the second period. Tied at 2. Fourth power play for the Islanders. They go to work. Barzell. Noah Dobson will calm it down. He'll get it back from Barzell. Heavy shot, scores! Noah Dobson from downtown. 8 seconds into the power play. And the young defenseman has given the Islanders a 1-goal lead. Eli Tolvanen, another opportunity to make a play. Tolvanen, right out in front, it pinballs off Schwartz. Schwartz out of the corner, Yamamoto scores! Kyle takes it to safe area, and now Tanev will get it out to center ice, and that's all. Cut off by Dunn, jailbreak Seattle. Dunn with Gord, and never got through, overskated by Schwartz, open ice, Bo Horvat. Here he comes, Horvat bears in on Grubauer, stopped by Grubauer. Angle a pass, off a skate, back out. 5 seconds left in overtime. McCann, a final push. As they cross the line, Schultz patted down easily by Varlamov. Bo Horvat, who scored last night in his return to Vancouver. A stutter step and a goal. Bo Horvat gives the Islanders the lead in the shootout.
Well, he had the breakaway opportunity in overtime. This time you don't have back pressure. He gets to slow up a little bit there, go quickly with that forehand shot right up over the blocker.
It's up to the maestro, Oliver Bjorkstrand. He scores!
Taking his time through. Varlamov looking to get...
Noah Dobson with a goal tonight. Slowly in on Grubauer. That's all! That's Kraken hockey, baby! The Kraken win the shootout!
Afterwards, addressing the media, Vince Dunn, Kyler Yamamoto, and Coach Dave Haxtell, all of them saying, well, it's fun to win.
A lot of big moments in the game, a lot of block shots, a lot of big saves. Yamo to get that goal to get us back in it. Those are the key moments in the game that we need to be able to keep games close and be able to catch back into games.
Yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs, but I think the way we came out in the third, I feel like we've been struggling in the third, tied or down, and we kind of let it slip away. So I think tonight, just to be able to, get that win is huge for us.
These back-to-backs, there's a lot of different things that happen, and you tend to encounter a lot of different things that are maybe unexpected from, whether it's penalty calls or, tired plays that that lead to, some crazy plays. But our guys found a way through it, and that's real credit to them.
Kraken have the day off. They'll be at Vancouver tomorrow. I wonder if they take the bus. There's really no reason to fly to Vancouver. I don't know. They'll play at Vancouver tomorrow night at 7 on Root Sports Northwest. Oh, let me tell you about the college football. Oh, Nelly, Washington State. They're trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. It's at home is tonight against Colorado. Good seats still available as they head into Thanksgiving break there in Pullman. Kickoff is set for 7:30 on FS1. Central Washington begins the NCAA Division II championship tournament tomorrow morning. They'll play at 11 a.m. against Western Colorado. After a perfect 9-0 season, the Whitworth Pirates will host Chapman in the Pine Bowl tomorrow at noon. That's the NCAA Division III championships. Eastern Washington will host Northern Arizona. That'll be tomorrow at 1. And the 5th-ranked Washington Huskies. Another big test. Number 11 Oregon State in Corvallis in the rain, 4:30 tomorrow on the American Broadcasting Company. The 6-3 Seahawks play at 3-6 LA Sunday. That would be the Rams. Since taking over as head coach of the Rams back in 2017, Sean McVay is 4-2 against Seattle. And Quandre Diggs says, well, McVay, when it comes to offensive schemes, knows what he's doing.
I think he, a lot of motion, a lot of, moving around, putting pieces in different spots. And, he's one of the, best, if not the best, play caller in the NFL. So I think it's just, having great personnel also. He has great personnel. So, you pick and choose who you want to kind of take away. And, that's one of those pick your poison things. And they still run the ball well. So I think, he does a lot of different things. He's very, sound in what they do. And, they mix it up. It's not always the same thing. If we're going to run a lot of inside routes, we can run a lot of outside routes too. So it's just, all about switching up. And I think when you have a veteran quarterback that, can really dissect defenses and see what guys are in, it makes them very dangerous.
Seattle quarterback Geno Smith says, hey, they're the Rams. They're a divisional opponent, and we play them a lot, so that usually means close games.
No, I'll say from my vantage point,
you got a great head coach and Coach McVay. He calls the plays. He's great at scheming things for his guys. He understands offense and defense. I think, Coach McVay is, one of the better coaches in the league, as we've seen. And then they've got great players. Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, all the players that they've, had throughout the years is the reason why they've won a bunch of games, and in my opinion, it has made it close in those games against us. And then obviously division games are going to be a little bit tougher, just because the familiarity there, just knowing the opponent and them knowing us. So we expect it always to be a really good game, but it doesn't have to be. We can go out there and win one easily. But we know they got great guys, got a ton of respect for those guys, and we expect it to be a close one.
Seahawks and Rams tomorrow afternoon, 1:25 kickoff on the Columbia Broadcasting System. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 25 minutes after the hour. For the obscure holiday, it is, for those of you who want to celebrate it, it's National Baklava Day. It's also National Take a Hike Day. I get that all the time. Hey, Dan, take a hike. I get that a lot. Today is National Unfriend Day. So there's somebody that you friended on Facebook and now you wish you hadn't, for whatever reasons, on social media. Why did I have this person as a friend? This is the day to unfriend them, if you will. But today we celebrate National Homemade Bread Day. Today, of course, the making of bread goes back as far as civilization. It was one of the things that bound society together, was making bread, and as it literally became an anachronism for, making bread meant getting together. So making bread goes back like 17,000 years, something like that. Nobody really makes homemade bread anymore, and that's too bad. Now, I have a bread machine in my house, and it's okay. It's not really homemade bread because you can buy the mixes that go specifically for bread machines, but you can also just buy the raw ingredients, the yeast and the flour and whatever else, and make bread yourself in a bread machine. I love it. It takes about 4 hours, but it makes the house all smell all bready. And anyway, fun facts about bread. I got it for you right here, baby. It takes approximately 9 seconds. You know those big combines that cuts up the wheat? You see them all the time up there in Waterville on the basin. It takes about 9 seconds to harvest enough wheat to make 70 loaves of wheat bread. So when you see that big harvester, every 9 seconds, that thing is making 70 loaves of wheat bread. And typically, and this kind of bummed me out, farmers on average make less than 5 cents per loaf of each bread sold. So when you go to the store, you didn't make it at home, you go to the store and you buy a loaf of bread, the farmer that grew the wheat gets less than 5 cents. So there you go. Make homemade bread day today, and it tastes better. It's also cheaper. There you go. Let's move forward to today in history. Today is the anniversary, the 55th anniversary of one of the great television sports broadcasting oopses of all time. Sunday, November 17th, 1968, the Raiders and the Jets at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. NBC had paid $1 million to produce and shoot on site in Switzerland a film adaptation of the children's classic Heidi. They had heavily promoted Heidi throughout the course of the few weeks. And it was Heidi, made-for-television movie, world premiere, NBC, Sunday night, 7 o'clock. But the game kept going and going, and there was incomplete passes and injuries and penalties. Well, here's David Brinkley from the Huntley-Brinkley Report the following day.
Last night, somebody in the vast reaches of the NBC network didn't get the word, as in the Army. The result was that football fans by the thousands were roused to a cold fury, and some probably haven't cooled down yet. At 7 o'clock last night, NBC was carrying the pro game between the New York Jets and the Oakland Raiders. There was 65 seconds of playing time left. At 7, NBC had scheduled a 2-hour special program for children, a dramatization of Heidi. It was decided Heidi should wait a couple of minutes until the game was over. But somehow that decision never reached those who were pushing the buttons. So the football game was cut off the air a minute before it ended, and Heidi was started. The football fans erupted. There were 10,000 phone calls of complaint to New York NBC alone. So many the telephone switchboards blew out their fuses. NBC apologized for the error, but by then Oakland had scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute, had beaten New York. The game was over. The fans who missed it could not be consoled. Well, here is the last minute as it would have been seen last night if somebody at NBC had got the word.
Monica to Charlie Smith. Smith is hitting and he scores! What a game! They squib this one to prevent a run back. Well, Christie fumbling it around. He fumbles the ball, and Oakland has it for a touchdown. Oakland has scored 2 touchdowns in 9 seconds. And that's it. The final score, Oakland 43, New York 32.
It got to be so bad that when people phoned NBC to complain and couldn't get through because the switchboard fuses were blown, they started calling the police and threatened to blow their fuses. Good night, Chet.
Good night, Dave. Good night for NBC News.
Ironically enough, of course, that was only on folks in the Eastern and Central time zones. In the Mountain and Pacific time zones where we live, they got to see the rest of the game because it didn't end until shortly after 4 o'clock. Ironically enough, at 7 o'clock on that Sunday night, when Heidi was supposed to air on NBC's Seattle affiliate, King 5, they preempted it with a Seattle Supersonics basketball game. And their switchboard blew up at King 5. They don't do that anymore. And it was on this date in 1978, 45 years ago today. Yes, the Star Wars Holiday Special on CBS, featuring the original cast of Star Wars, with the exception of Kenny Baker, R2-D2, who saw a lousy thing when he knew a lousy thing when he saw it. He said, I ain't going to do anything with that. It was voted #1 on the dumbest television shows in history. Quoted, and I'm quoting now, the worst 2 hours of television ever, end quote. It has never been made available on a home video. There are bootleg copies that pop up occasionally on YouTube from people who taped it on their VHS or beta machines back in 1978. But as soon as they get posted on YouTube, they get taken down immediately because now Disney, of course, owns the Star Wars franchise, and they're really good about protecting their copyright. It is, it's become a cultural legend, an underground classic, because nobody can really ever see it, and it sucks. Also starring the Star Wars Holiday Special, B. Arthur, Art Carney, apparently their managers were out to lunch, Diane Carroll, Harvey Korman, and the Jefferson Starship. If you see a copy, download it, because it ain't going to last very long. The Star Wars Holiday Special. Let's do some birthdays. He was born Ray Harold Shearer in 1925. You know him as Rock Hudson. When your name is Roy Shearer, you don't become a movie star. Changed his name to Rock Hudson. Became the first significant, well-known celebrity to die of AIDS. His homosexuality was a kind of an open secret in Hollywood, but for the rest of the country, it wasn't when he passed away of AIDS, but he was born in the state in 1925. Martin Scorsese is 81 years old today. Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, one of my all-time favorite movies. King of Comedy, The Departed, that was a movie, the only Best Director he ever got. He's been nominated for Best Director 9 times by the Academy Award. He's only got the 1 Oscar. He should probably have more than that. Martin Scorsese, 81 years old today. Danny DeVito, 79 years old, burst on the scene with Taxi. Of course, now he's on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Happy 79th to Danny DeVito. Happy 79th to the man who created Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels. He is 79 years old today, and the man who we call Mr. Met would have been 79 years old today. We lost Tom Seaver to COVID-related illness a number of years ago. He and Walter Johnson are the only the only 2 pitchers in baseball history with 3,000 strikeouts, 300 victories, and a sub-3 ERA. Mr. Met, Tom Seaver, would have been 79 years old today. Before we move forward with your chance to get to know the good folks at Anything Goes, you're going to hear from the director, Don McCormick, and 2 of the leads. You're going to hear from Libby and Bowden. Special thanks to Alpine Air our platinum sponsor. One of our platinum sponsors proud to have them on board for heat and air. Call Alpine Air, and you're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's Flex Steel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stan's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
In today's environment, risk management assessment is a crucial process for your business. Risk assessment will identify, evaluate, and mitigate hazards. Don't let risk impact your business income, reputation, operations, and your overall success. We can give you peace of mind by transferring your business risks to the insurance providers. Call Stacy at August Edge Insurance today to schedule a risk management assessment for your business.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Liz Cheney said something scary after her defeat in the recent primary due to her refusal to drink the personality called Kool-Aid of Donald Trump. For her voting to impeach Trump, despite the personal loss that caused her, I give her high marks in integrity. However, the scary thing is, she said that it might take several election cycles for things to straighten out. Man, let's hope this Democratic Republic can weather that storm. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Gather your loved ones this holiday season at Washington's premier mountain resort, Sun Mountain Lodge. Join us for a lavish Thanksgiving feast where warmth and tradition meets gourmet cuisine. Celebrate Christmas with 4-course meals that will enhance your taste buds. Bring in the new year with a bang at our unforgettable New Year's Eve party. And watch as the night sky explodes with dazzling fireworks. Book your holiday getaway to Sun Mountain Lodge.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Do you even remember to water the house plants? I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Check out clubprocashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients, handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
Welcome back to the program. Boy, the last couple of weeks we've been doing nothing but theater, which is fine by me. I like talking to theater folk because it makes me look good. It is an odd-numbered year, and that means for the Wenatchee High School Choir and Theater Department, they get the stage to themselves. Even-numbered years, of course, is the all-district musical, Anything Goes. The Cole Porter classic musical comes to the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. 2 weekends, wrapping up, I believe, on the 18th with 2 shows. Introduce yourself to our television family. We got two of the big players in this baby.
My name's Bowden Sorum, and I play Elijah Whitney in the musical.
My name's Libby Borst, and I play Irma.
Elijah Whitney is kind of one of the protagonists, right? I mean, it centers around you. You're on the ship. You're off to make a big business trip, to make a deal.
A little bit, yeah. Some of the story is based off that I don't know that Billy's on the ship, and so I'm kind of traveling around like, oh, I don't know he's here, and he kind of sneaks around my back a couple times. Totally, yeah.
Great music. It's of course Cole Porter. It's fantastic stuff. Do you like getting to know songs that you probably would not even know what they are until this musical launched? And I'll let both of you.
Definitely. This was the kind of musical that like you listen to it a few times, you're like, wow, I'm not just doing this for a musical, like this is stuff that I would listen to just for fun. And then especially as learning the show and learning the music, it's fun music that like, oh, I might put this on repeat and learn it and actually listen to it for a while. So it's really fun to listen to for sure.
I love the jazzy aspect of it, and it feels very classic.
Well, Cole Porter was known for writing very accessible music. I mean, the lyrics are easy, and they're fairly easy to sing too, right? You both have numbers in the show that you're actually singing, and so it's nice to sing a song that's within your vocal range, right?
Yeah.
Such as, what do you get music-wise?
I sing "Buddy Beware" in the second act.
You get to chew up some scenery in that one, then.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're filming this Wednesday night. They're doing dress rehearsal. How's it going so far? Talk about the last few weeks since casting.
It's going pretty well. It seems like we're pulling things together as opening night is tomorrow. But things are always stressful the last week. It's like you're pulling, getting final details nailed down and getting the dances and knowing where you have to be at what time. But this is the point now where it feels like you're definitely, things are solidifying and we're ready to go, for sure.
Parents and teachers and volunteers are really what bring this together. We just get on stage and they do everything else, and it's just a big thank you to them for making all of it happen.
Casting was the first week in school, right? I think that right after school started is when they started casting this. So did you have any role in mind, or you said, I'm going to show up and I'm going to cast, and wherever the directors want to put me is fine by me?
I kind of went into it open. There's so many fun roles in the show, and everybody in the show currently does them amazingly. So, and wherever the directors put us, we're going to do well. So go into it with an open mind and just kind of see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun for me. I've never played a character like this, and so it's really fun to try something new.
So have you guys been in theater a long time?
I've been in theater since, I think my first show was in 5th grade, which the thing I always tell people is I wish I was in earlier, but it's definitely something that once you're in it, it's such a community and it's such a nice group of people, and you always want to come back.
So you did the all-district musical back then?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I was part of Stage Kids.
Oh, Stage Kids, yeah.
Yeah, I did a couple shows with them.
Are you going to have a chance to go see Annie Jr. while it's playing, or are you guys going to be too busy here?
I think we'll be busy here.
We're wound up here.
Yeah.
But sending love to all of them.
Yeah. And what about yourself?
I did my very first play in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did my first district musical in 2nd grade, and I've done every single one since then.
Wow, so you did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and SpongeBob and all of those?
Yeah.
And you're still doing it? You're going to do it after school? I mean, when you graduate and move on?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because you're into it?
Yeah.
So are you both seniors?
I am.
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, so what are you going to do after school? What's next for you?
I want to go into elementary education.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. A specific grade you want to teach or anything?
I'm thinking 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that?
My mom is a teacher, and she's a really big inspiration to me, and all the teachers here are, like, just inspire me every day.
Why do you do this? I mean, you've been doing this since kindergarten. Were you dragged kicking and screaming by mom to you're doing theater, whether you like it or not, or did you say, I want to do this?
I mean, I've always been loud, so my mom said, go put that energy into something, and that's how I wound up, and I just love it. I am the most myself when I'm performing.
What about
I can
yourself?
so agree with that. I kind of stumbled upon it. Like I watched a few Stage Kids shows, and then I think the show I saw was when they did Bah Humbug. And I saw that and like, this is maybe something I want to do. And so signed up, and I don't want to go back to anything else now. Like, this is my favorite thing.
When you guys are on stage and you're going through, again, dress rehearsals tonight, and you've both done this, so you're kind of veterans in that. Is there a certain point during the course of a production where you know you're doing good? You haven't screwed up a line, you fit your marks, you're hitting your notes, you go, man, I'm hot tonight, baby. I'm feeling good. Does it happen?
If I am smiling by intermission, then I'm good to go. Yeah.
Same question.
That's very true. Yeah, depending on the show, I mean, the complexity and the difficulty of the show, it might come earlier, it might come later in the process. This show has been a challenge, and so now I'm getting to, like, I've been at the point for a few days now where, like, I have the things down, and getting from one scene to the next, it's like, okay, I got this, I know where I need to be, and it's a very comforting feeling for sure.
What's going through your head? One more question, cut you loose. We got an interview with the director as well. 5 minutes before the curtain opens, you can hear the crowd milling about outside, the orchestra is warming up. You're ready to go 5 minutes before curtain time. What are you guys going? How are you prepping to take the stage and getting ready to do it?
We have a ritual. We all stand in a circle and we sing "The Lord Bless You," and it gets everybody's energy together and focused, and reminded that no matter what, we love each other and we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
Break a leg. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
interview your director when we come back. What do I need to know about her? Any questions I should ask her specifically?
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
Ask her what happens if you're late to class.
Oh, okay. Having never been tardy to class, I wouldn't know. Anything Goes, the great Cole Porter musical, and when we come back, we'll be interviewing the director right after this.
Welcome to the Columbia Basin Dispute Resolution Center. We are a local nonprofit serving Grant and Adams counties, helping businesses and people resolve difficult issues so they can move toward a better future. We offer help with workplace disputes, residential issues, family matters, and can train your staff in conflict prevention and resolution skills. Call us at 509-237-8401 to learn more.
If you're helping a relative, friend, or neighbor with tasks like shopping and meals, then you're a family caregiver, and we celebrate you. November is National Family Caregiver Month, when those who selflessly assist relatives, friends, and neighbors are honored for their work. Aging in Adult Care can help you help them with chore services, respite, and home-delivered meals. Call Aging in Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459 for family caregiver support.
Welcome back to the program. Directing this year's production of Anything Goes is, well, the voice of the Cashmere Bulldogs, as far as I'm concerned. That means Don McCormick, Cashmere Football Friday. You don't get to, your mellifluous voice won't be booming over the public address system.
It's a little painful, I'm not going to lie.
But on the other hand, this is kind of a big thing, too.
This is another passion as well. So
Don McCormick, of course, it's a choir department production of Anything Goes. Talk about the process of choosing this classic Cole Porter musical for this year's production.
Well, I mean, several things go into it. Your upcoming student body, which we kind of know what our makeup is, financial royalties, but also what's been gone on in the Valley for the last 5 years. You've got Leavenworth Summer Theater that runs 3 shows every year. You've got Eastmont, you have Cashmere, you have Stage Kids, you have music theater. So you're trying to fit something that, you know, hasn't been done recently.
And you can't do Oklahoma and the Sound of Music and the Music Man over and over again. You just can't.
No, you don't want to.
Yeah.
And we also try to do something that hasn't been done by Wenatchee High School before, too. So all those things go into figuring it out.
Well, we just interviewed two of your top thespians who are going to be taking the stage. They like the music of Cole Porter, and that makes me feel good because that's part of the great American songbook. From a music guy like myself, just getting these kids introduced to people like Cole Porter and Irving Berlin and the classic American composers is worth it right there to me. Your thoughts?
It is phenomenal. And, you know, I just feel like, I mean, Cole Porter, good music is good music. But you're right, it's not stuff that they would turn on and hear or anything. So it is so awesome to be able to put that in front of them. They love it, they dig it, and it just, you know, it just broadens that music education throughout with good music that they recognize, they get it, so it's phenomenal.
The show takes place on a ship overseas, so let's talk about costuming first. Was that a bit of a challenge to get the period outfits for the kids?
You know, I think that, well, we are really blessed with a lot of costuming here in our valley as well as our school. So that 30s, I mean, it's kind of revived again a little bit in the 60s.
Yes, everybody loved the Great Depression. It was so fun.
So, no, I wouldn't say it was really hard. What you have to get is that glam, that 30s glam, as far as making that period time. But as far as the suits and stuff, that's not as hard to get our hands on. The hairdos are kind of phenomenal. Like our moms are taking, almost all of our girls have long hair, and we're not using, I think we have one wig, but they're weaving it up and making them look like bobs, and it's
because that was the style of the 30s.
That was the style of the 30s, and you can't just say, could you go cut your hair into I mean, you can, but they're going to be like crying the whole way.
But my guess is for the set part of it, set building, makes it fair. I mean, the whole thing takes place on a ship.
Yep.
So does that help simplify things and help from a budgetary standpoint?
Oh, well, it does help. Yeah. You know, I mean, it is a big set, but that is predominantly the set, and then we have a couple of things that we roll on and roll off, but that does definitely help in finance.
You have a great cast. You got some good folks. You've already met a couple of the kids already. Cortez Martinez and Savannah Webb, I believe, did Mike Mignotti's show. You got Liam, you got Kay Devereaux, you got, we just talked to Bowden, of course. This is some good kids, some talented kids.
So talented, vocally, acting-wise, and that's another beauty of this musical is there's so many characters, and yes, you have your lead, but there are characters all over this ship where kids just get to shine, and we get to, you know, feature a lot of different faces and actors and voices, you know, so that's a fun part of this musical.
Was this easy to cast from that perspective? Because this process began, you chose it a long time ago.
Yep.
First week of school, I think, was casting, right?
We were casting, yeah.
Yeah. So was it? Talk about that.
It's never easy.
Yeah.
It's never easy because you have a lot of talent, and you have to. You know, there's subjectivity into it. This is where Paul and I go to battle. But it's, you know, we always figure it out and I feel like what we have done fits, and they're just doing, you know, there's some challenges, but that's part of the education process, you know, it's like getting kids out of their comfort zone. Well, they haven't played that type of role before, but it's fun, and so yeah, no, it's never an easy process.
It's Wednesday night as we tape this. Again, it's running for 2 weekends, this weekend, and then the 16th, 17th, and the 18th. 2 shows, by the way, on the 18th with the matinee. How much tweaking do you plan on doing after dress rehearsal? Dress rehearsals tonight, do you go straight through, no breaks, nobody says stop, just do this again? You act like it's a paid audience?
Yes.
And then you tweak?
And then we tweak.
Okay.
Yep. So you get some notes afterwards, and anything set-wise, you know, we can fix afterwards or tomorrow. And as far as with the pit, which is a full student pit, you know, you fix those things as well as you go along. I mean, hopefully we're all pretty tweaked right now,
sure,
but those little things come up like, oh, we forgot about that set piece or that prop, or you're coming, you know, that. One of our biggest thing has been a quick change, which has been not so quick, so we've been tweaking that a lot today. So hopefully, but yeah, straight run through.
Does the general public have any idea the amount of hours that people put in for this thing? Not just you, You're a professional, you're an educator by design. I'm talking about the parents, the students, the set builders, the costumers, the lighting, everything. I mean, it's hundreds and hundreds of hours to put this thing together.
I don't think, unless you've been involved, I don't even know if parents who have students involved understand the big picture. Unless you're in it, you don't realize the hours that parents are here painting and putting set together after the kids have rehearsed and running out to get this, that, or the other thing, getting materials, getting props, getting costuming, making costumes, adjusting. I mean, it's huge. And so, no, I don't know that that's necessarily what, they see this final product, or they drop their kids off and they know that their kids are putting in time, but I don't know that you see that full picture.
Well, there's one way you can see the full picture is come to the damn show.
Yes.
WHSpresents.com, WHSpresents.com. Well, all I did was Google anything goes Wenatchee High School, and first thing that popped right up. It's a great story, and the music is fantastic. And watch these kids. What is it in the water about? What is it about the Wenatchee Valley has this incredible theater community? Not just here, but it's everywhere. It's like, what's going on here? Is it the water? What are we doing?
I think it must be the water. It's stunning.
Dawn, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Oh, yes.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Get your favorite beverage and a wide variety of food choices all under one big roof at the Tap Room in Pybus. The Tap Room has the most popular choices for lunch and dinner in the valley. With unique appetizers, salads, sandwiches, and tasty rice bowls, everybody will find a new favorite dish. Plus many craft beers from Hellbent Brewing, or you can choose wine, cider, or a delightful craft cocktail. Experience the family-friendly Tap Room at Pybus for yourself. It's just what you've been looking for.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa, or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
That's a pretty cool view from our Lake Wenatchee camera, wasn't it? Wow, neat stuff. When this show started about an hour ago, I talked about how foggy, how dense the fog was out in the Columbia Basin, especially between George and Moses Lake. And we brought up that Dotson camera, that Dotson Road camera, almost exactly halfway between George and Moses Lake, and it was very dense fog. But that was an hour ago. I have it up right now on my screen in front of me, and it looks like it's gotten considerably better. It looks like visibility is about maybe 3/4 of a mile there. So if you put off having to drive that ribbon of I-90 between George on your way to Spokane via Moses Lake and Ritzville, looks like it's starting to burn off and lift a little bit, and that's good news because nobody likes to drive where you can't see where you're going. Programming reminder, we got a bunch of great shows lined up for you next week. We visited with a couple of the cast members of Pride and Prejudice. They are playing at the Snowy Owl Theater. Their second week of shows is next week. You'll be hearing from those good folks. Lots of good shows coming up next week. We only have 4 shows next week. We will be taking Thanksgiving off, so no show on Thanksgiving. And the day after Thanksgiving, probably won't be much of a show. I'll be kind of tired and logy. Just want to let you know on that. from the National Weather Service. If you like yesterday, going to do it all over again today. Bountiful sunshine after yesterday's high of 44. Will be maybe a degree or two cooler than that, but still sunshine for everybody. 33 for the overnight low tonight. That's mild because we're going to have some clouds roll in the overnight hours, so we'll have the blanket on the valley floor. Keep us a little bit warmer for the overnight low. Clouds all day Saturday, but dry, high of about 40, and then Saturday night we are going to get some rain. So you see that 50% chance of rain on the screen there on Saturday. That's for Saturday night into Sunday morning. Then we're right back to sunshine, and Thanksgiving week looks pretty benign, all things considered. That's it for us. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
Greetings, North Central Washington. Welcome, everyone, to another thrilling episode of Networked. I'm your host, David Mabey, the Marketing Director for the NCW Tech Alliance, and I'm stepping in for our regular host, Jenny, who's currently out of town, but you know what? I'm going to do my best to fill in for today. Today, we've got an exceptionally creative guest with a fascinating journey. Joining us today is the talented Meg Kapler, the Executive Director of the NCW Arts Alliance. From her roots in Ephrata, Washington, Meg's career path has been as diverse as a vibrant and has a carefully curated palette. She began her journey in the performing arts world, equipped with her BAF in the theater arts from Pacific Lutheran University.